Hey there folks, Buddy Mountcastle here, coming to you from Bolero Sawgrass inside a Bowler's Edge Pro Shop. Can't say enough about this pro shop. I've been here for a long time working with Mr. Tony Levance. The man covers everything you could ever need from bowling perspective, from equipment to supplies, to drillings, to fittings, to plugging, everything you can think of. The man has more experience in this game than we can ever imagine. From bowling on national tour for a long time, bowling a lot of different things. He runs a fantastic business and customers are first and everything for him. So before I go forward with any bowling balls, I got to tell you, you need anything, whether it's from any product line, a Bowler's Edge Pro Shop is where you want to go. But today, specifically, we're going to talk about the Reality Check from 900 Global. This is the continuation of the Reality line that started off with Reality, and then we went to the Altered Reality. It has the disturbance asymmetric core in it. They're shipping out as a 4K fast finish, and it is a hybrid cover stock, the Reality Check is, with the S84 Beta. And I can tell you, I've been throwing this ball a little bit in practice. I've had it in another demo video with Scott Anderson from Storm as well. And I've found nothing but great success with this ball so far. It gives me a lot of versatility. It really is flexible to move from one part of the lane to the other. And you know, I hear a lot of ball demo videos, oh, it's my favorite ball, it's my favorite ball. I can tell you pretty quick, this is probably going to be one of my go-to balls for many situations. I loved my Reality. I still love my Reality. I think it's a fantastic ball in a lot of situations. But the Reality did give me some limitations on how far left I could get and keep that strength. This is where the Reality Check gives me that ability to continue to move inside, move a little further as the lanes transition, and get the ball down lane. It gets through the head so smooth, so clean, and so fresh. And it holds all of its energy. And when you finally make that turn down lane, you got the confidence that it's not just going to labor to get to the pocket. It's going to turn, it's going to go to the pocket. The Altered Reality did the same thing. It got down the lane, it got through the heads, but it was a little overreactive, and sometimes when it got to the dry, sometimes it was a little labored. So it was a real hit or miss. But that's common with Pearl, you know, depending on the condition you're in, you can get a fine mix. But I find that with this hybrid cover stock, I've got a really great way of blending the lane from front to back. And if I want to move left or right, I know I'm going to get this ball to come back in a variety of different conditions. I've thrown it on a couple of different sport patterns. I've thrown it on a 36-foot pattern. No name, it was just 36 foot, 30 mils. I've thrown it on the Mark Roth 42-foot pattern, and I've also thrown it on the Shark. That's right, I threw it on 48-foot Shark. And again, it was a great ball. Just gave me a great read on all those patterns. So I look forward to showing it to you out there on the lanes. I'm going to be comparing the Reality Check with the Altered Reality and the Reality. I'll be throwing it from a variety of different parts of the lanes. I'll be throwing it on a house shot today. Bolero Sawgrass house shot is 42 feet long. It's about 28 mils in volume. And it does get clipped pretty easy, pretty quick here, but the nice thing is we're going to show you how well that ball manages that cliff. So let's go out to the lanes and see what they have to do, all right? Welcome, bowling fans, to Sawgrass Lanes, Bolero Sawgrass. I'm going to be starting here today with the latest release from 900 Global, the Reality Check. It's a phenomenal ball that I've thrown so far in a few different practice sessions, once in a tournament. And it is a great, predictable ball with a little more strength than Reality. Hopefully in the demo here we can see how that happens on this house shot. That is what I like. Well, I really like this reality check. I love that it gives me the ability to transition. After using the reality to start, I can jump into this ball, move a couple boards left, throw it to the right, but I know that it's going to recover. Like that. All right, like I said, I'm going to move a couple left, trying to throw this around 16, 17, get it out to the drive around 10 board, see if we can get that ball to recover. Woo! Gotta like that. All right, so we just left 9 pin. We're going to try and throw this ball here. Alright, so I've been playing inside with this ball a couple of frames. Now I'm going to move right a little bit. I'm going to throw this ball up between second and third arrow, trying to hit specifically more of the 12 board to about 9. And I tripped the 4-9, but I got so far right, and thank God to a house shot, I helped carry the 4-9. You're welcome, Bobby Walters Jr. A little credit there to you. Okay, so on lane 1, we were playing pretty deep inside. Now what I'm going to do is come over here to lane 2, and I'm going to try and play pretty up, more up, straight up the boards. So ultimately, my goal here is to hit 12 and hit probably about 7, 8 down lane. Kind of like that. So one of the things that I'm trying to show here is kind of the versatility of how, on lane 1, I was able to play deep inside, swing it, hook the lane. And with this lane here on 2, I'm able to play straight up the boards. All right, so the last one really didn't have the greatest finish at the foul line. Still got down lane struck, but still a little cleaner this time. 12 to about 7. That's right. All right, we're gonna try that again. Throw that ball at 12, get it out to about 7. See if we can keep getting it flush into that pocket. All right. So that was actually pretty flush. That's 2 in a row. I'm gonna try this again. See if we can get 3 in a row. See if I can keep hitting that spot, watching this ball go flush. All right, well, that was 3 for 3 in that spot. You're striking? Don't move. Keep striking. Well, I hit my spot, but folks, that is a great example of what happens when you let your thumb get in the way a little too much there. A little too much thumb pressure, and sure enough, ball does not read as well. Folks, don't squeeze. All right, we're gonna try again and see if we can strike from that spot. Have a nice soft release. Hit it on 12, out to about 7. And I squeezed, but I got the mix. All right, I'm gonna keep playing in that zone. Because while I'm shooting this video, I'm kind of practicing to make sure I have a good quality, consistent release. Like that. All right, we're gonna do one more from the outside here with this ball. Have a good quality release. Soft at the bottom. Hit 12. A little sticky at the foul line, but still hit my mark and it struck. Okay, we're gonna move left here. We're gonna go really deep inside. Yes, it's a fresh house shot. May not get the best reaction, but let's see what happens anyways. Got it to the dry. Ow, it recovered hard. All right, we're gonna do that again. We'll stay inside. Get around this ball, get it to the dry. All right, one more time. We're gonna play in from the deep inside. Again, we're still in the reality check bowling ball. We're gonna get this ball to the dry to the right, see if we can get it to recover. Missed inside. But it struck. Okay, so that was with the reality check, playing from 21, 22. Probably get about, 8, 9 down lane. Now let's try that with the altered reality and see how that compares with this reaction. All right, so the ball got back a little stronger than the reality check, but it's a little weak, so I'm gonna give this ball a little extra side roll, get that thing to turn over. Like that. All right, let's see if we can repeat that process. Get a little inside here. 21, 22. So we can turn that ball around. Just like that. All right, well, we got that ball to recover back. Let's see if we can do it again. Again, I'm gonna hit 21, 22. I'm gonna come around the ball, get this ball to recover. Just like that. All right, so we just showed you a few shots with the altered reality, a number of shots with the reality check. Now let's go back to the original reality. Again, I'm gonna be playing pretty much inside with this ball. Looking at 15, 16. I wanna hit about 9, 10 down lane. That ball rolls so pretty. Well, you just saw how the reality rolled on 15, 16, hit 9, 10 down lane. It just holds the line so smoothly. It gets into a roll nice and early, but then holds the line down lane. So that bowl, again, just I threw it where I wanted to. Ball hit the spot, just held the line, rolled right in. Got a little light mixer, but so one of the things I really love about the reality, actually all three of the reality or reality check, the altered reality, is they're so smooth and so predictable of what you expect from them down lane. I started off with the reality when it first came out and absolutely just loved the way it rolled and gave me a great read on the lane, especially in heavy oil. With this being a ball demo video, I'm not really taking the time to line up and get squared away, but the more I throw this in this ball demo video, I'm starting to see exactly where each ball fits. with the reality being solid, it gives me the ability to start on a little fresher pattern, a little more oil. And as that breaks down, where reality starts leaving me flat 10s, I can go to the reality check. Oh, trip 4. All right, well, the last frame, I can't take 100% credit for that. I tripped the 4-pin, and I probably owe Bobby Walters Jr. some royalties on that one because that's what he's famous for, but see if we can get one that's flush. Anyways, we're going to try it one more time with this ball. You kind of start to get an idea of how the reality check gives you the ability to transition a little further inside and give a stronger reaction back down lane. All right, so I tripped another 4-pin. I'm going to move a little bit left. Try and keep the ball a little more in front of me here. That's what you're talking about right there. All right, let's try again. We're gonna move a little more left. Give it a good roll. All right, so we just moved a few more boards left with the reality check. Now I'm gonna change balls. I'm gonna stay in the same spot, but I'm going to use the altered reality here and see what we get. Ooh, a little stronger. Well, I stayed in the same spot with the altered reality. I hit pretty much the same spot down lane, but that ball reacted a little stronger, so I'm going to move a couple boards left with my feet. I'm going to be looking to hit 17, 18. And see if we can get this ball to recover. All right, so threw it over 17, 18. I got a little too far right. Got it back though because of the house shot. So I'm gonna keep this around closer to 18, 19. See what we get. All right, well that one struck pretty nice. Again, I'm gonna move left here, keep the ball around 18, 19. Get that ball down lane. Watch it recover. That was pretty. You can see how the altered reality has allowed me to move a little further left. And because of its pearl cover, it's allowing me to get a little more back-end action than the reality check or the reality. While the altered reality was recalled and not allowed in nationals by USBC, but it's allowed everywhere else. For those of you who kept your altered reality, it's a really good fit between the transition after the reality check. So while the altered reality can't be purchased anymore, and you're looking for that transition to move after the reality check, you can't get an altered. I found that the Rubicon UC2 is a really good ball. So is the RSC X2. But we're going to go back to the reality check. I'm going to jump a little further left just to kind of give you another versatile look on how this ball can react if you have to really get inside with it. Well, See if we can close this video out with one more solid strike. I'll take it. Well, okay. One more. Yep. I have to do one more. I don't want to finish on a mixer. I want 10 back. Like that. Okay, that was fun. I hope you guys got a pretty good look of how the reality check, the altered reality, and the reality all compare to one another, and how you could see their different role and different, reaction on the lanes. It just was so well versatile for me to show that. Even for me, as I was doing this ball demo, I was learning still. I was understanding and getting a better feel for how these balls are going to fit with transition, and I really started to get a good feel for what to expect from them. And one of the things I really got a really good feeling grasp of was, my reality is still going to be a go-to ball for some fresh heavy oil. It gives me a great read. It digs in early, it sets up, and it just drives through the pocket wonderfully. And if I needed to, I could jump to either the reality check or the altered reality, depending on the condition that I'm on, depending on the volume and the breakdown and transition. But the beauty was, they both showed me a look that as I move left, I'm still going to have that nice even roll that the reality gave me, but a little more strength down lane. And I found that the reality check was a really good migration ball to go to, that I could move a little further in, and I could manage pushing the ball to the right and get to hold the pocket, and it wasn't going to over jump on me, and I was able to hold in line. And then as I moved a little further left and I needed that extra kick on the back end and an extra turn, that's where I felt the altered reality really stepped up, and I was able to move further left and throw it, knowing I had the confidence that that ball was going to really turn the corner and hit. But what I liked about the disturbance asymmetric core from reality is, while it's strong and it gives me a really big engine down lane, it didn't overreact. It didn't give me a skid flip so much reaction as a really nice bend at the end, and just drove through the pins. I didn't get a lot of deflection with these balls, which really is a great thing to see, because when you get a lot of deflection, sometimes you're going to see a little more ring 10s. And I found with this ball that I've used for quite a bit of time that I leave more 8 pins and 9 pins than I do ring 10s. So July 29th, the reality check is released. I hope you guys get the opportunity to put one into your arsenal. I think you're going to like it. And for those who've had reality fans in the past, I think you're going to love this ball as much as I do. I look forward to seeing you guys get one and seeing you guys throw it on the lanes. Until then, again, for all your bowling needs here in South Florida, stop by a Bowler's Edge Pro Shop, and best of luck to you guys.